My biggest blunder.
The biggest blunder I've done in business.
My definite biggest blunder.
Well, depending on how you look at it, it's probably from all the reasons.
Well, never let a good crisis go to waste. My name is Carel Motshekga. I'm the founder and the director of EL Journey Miscellaneous Services, a professional company offering complementary services in different sectors. The company was founded in 2012 and it has been operating successfully since then, with quite a lot of predicaments that we had faced and that we've went through. So my story today is about a huge blunder that the company went through in 2017. We got an opportunity to tender for a project. It was a project for manufacturing ECD furniture for schools in Limpopo and Mpumalanga through an organization. I think it's an NPO from the United States of America, but based in South Africa. So they advertised the project. I came across the project. I was interested. Then I called someone that I know that is already in that particular industry. I told the gentleman that I came across an opportunity that I think he qualifies more for it, but I want us to partner. So in principle, the guy was keen for us to go into this project together. So we decided to put together all the compliance documents that we needed for this particular tender. Then we did the project. We submitted all the required returnable documents. Then after a few months, the project was awarded to our company. So then after the project was awarded to our company, then we had to sit down, come up with a strategy in terms of how we're going to execute the project. So we sat down. The first thing that we had to discuss, of which we did discuss during the inception of contesting for this particular project, we discussed the profit sharing mechanism strategy for us to say, okay, how are we going to share profit after we've executed this project. Then we had to discuss that, but the gentleman somehow decided to change the agreement that we previously had when we were contesting for this particular project. And he said to me, with the experience that he has, he feels that it will be fair for him to take 80% of the profit of the project. Then I walk away with 20%, of which I felt it was unfair. And I said to him, no, unfortunately we cannot continue with this agreement together, to work together in this particular project. Of course, I needed his experience. He's got all the experience, he's got all the equipments that I needed to manufacture the equipments that were needed for those particular schools. Then the gentleman then said to me, he was fair enough and kind enough to say to me, no, he will walk away. However, he will refer me to companies that can assist me in terms of supplying the materials that we needed in order for us to produce what needs to be produced. Then he also gave me workmanship. He gave me the guys that were good in producing the school furniture. Then, okay, we agreed with the guys. I agreed with them in terms of payment and everything that was basically essential for the execution of the project. Then the first thing that we had to do was to sit again. After I've sat with the guys, we looked at the designs of the furniture. We looked at the type of the materials that we're going to need. How much is it going to cost? Then, yes, the most, I can say, biggest predicament started then, when we're drafting out a plan to execute the project. We needed capital. Then I had to sit down with my banker. I asked my banker to assist me with funding. Unfortunately, at that particular stage, the company was going through a lot of strict debts. So the bank says we do not qualify to get the funding that we needed. The company had a little bit of capital that was a surplus for us to use, but it was not enough. Then I had to start approaching individuals that I felt could assist us. One gentleman who happens to be my business mentor came through. He assisted us with the large sum of capital that we needed. And the other two gentlemen as well, who were just my close friends, who came through, assisted me with capital as well. Then we decided to say, okay, no, now it's time for us to execute the project. Then we went around. We had to we had to hire a factory where we were going to do the production of the furniture. So we hired a factory. We got a factory. We hired the factory. We got all the staff that needed to work with us. Then we started to also sourcing out the transport companies that will assist us after we've manufactured this particular furniture to different schools. We had approximately 50 schools, both from Limpopo and Mpumalanga, 50 schools that we had to deliver this furniture to. Then, so what we did was to talk to the logistics company. They gave us the code. I felt that the code was too much for us, and I decided to source other companies that can assist us with the logistic services. But what I had not taken into cognizance at that particular time was what this first company was offering in terms of the goods in transit insurance and the time frame of delivery and everything. So the other company, which was more affordable, they were not offering the good in transit insurance and stuff like that. And I had assumed and reached a conclusion that nothing will happen to whatever that we have produced. You know, our goods are safe. They will be delivered from point A. They will move from point A, be delivered to point B. So then, so what happened is that during the phase where we had to start dispatching the furniture in phases, the first load went through. It was a success. The second load, I remember it had to leave here in Pretoria on a Friday. I think it was on a Friday evening. We had arranged with the schools at that particular area in Mpumalanga that, okay, some of this furniture are going to be delivered during the weekend. So we arranged with the principals that the schools must make a provision for someone who can open the school gates and the classrooms for us to deliver the furniture. Then on Monday, we will come through again for the delivery note forms to be signed so that the school accept the furniture the way it is. So then, the biggest challenge, the second biggest challenge came through when one of the trucks that was going to deliver the furniture somehow, because of the type of the road in that particular area, the truck somehow dropped the furniture. The furniture was messed up. I got a call from the driver. He informed me of what has happened. Then I said, okay, no, it's fine. I'll speak to the school principals that were expecting this furniture. I'll also speak to the truck owner to explain the situation to him and to find the middle ground in how we're going to resolve this particular issue. So then I spoke to the school principals. I said, this is the challenge. They must just give me time to try to solve the issue. Then I'll also speak to the client who has awarded us this particular project. I'll speak to the client on Monday and explain to them this has happened. Then the first thing that I did was to drive to Mpumalanga to go and take pictures, to gather evidence, and to write a report in terms of what has happened before I speak to the client on Monday. So I did that. I drove to Mpumalanga the following day. I went there, I gathered all the information, I took the pictures, and of course I had to also engage the driver in terms of what has really happened. Then I called the owner of the truck as well, and I said to him, this has happened, and I shifted the blame on him. And the truck owner said to me, but you can't shift the blame on us. Our responsibility was just to deliver the furniture. This predicament is beyond their control, and there's nothing that they can do at that particular time. And there was no good in transit insurance. So the good in transit insurance that I avoided with the first logistics company, the second one, which was more cheaper, did not have that good in transit insurance, of which at that particular moment it was something that we needed, something that was very crucial for us. So then the truck owner, I said to him, okay, no, it's fine. Since you cannot take the responsibility and it's not something that we can just keep on going around without finding a solution, what I will then do is to find ways to fix this particular furniture. Then I spoke to the school principals. They understood. Monday, I arranged a meeting with the client. I went to meet with the client. I told the client what happened. I showed them the pictures. The client said to me, no, look, unfortunately, this is going to push us to the point where we have to terminate your contract because of the time frame, that even if we have to give you time to fix this furniture, it's really going to be something that is beyond what we had agreed upon in the contract. So it was a very bitter pill to swallow. And I said to him, look, let's find common ground. Let's find ways we can fix this, something that we can do. And I give you the type of the furniture that you wanted. The client said to me, look, let's try to perhaps find amongst that furniture that is broken, the one that can be quickly fixed. Then let's take that one, you fix that one, and you take it back to school. The rest of the furniture that is damaged, we will appoint another company to start from the onset. We'll give them a certain time frame. They've got all the resources, they've got the trucks, they've got the workmanship. Yeah, so meaning they've got more experience than us. So we can give this tender to them to continue with it and deliver. I mean, for me, what was important at that particular moment, when the director of that organization said that, I always wanted to maintain a healthy relationship with my clients. So what was important for me was to deliver what the client had wanted at that particular time. So what we did was to agree. We signed an agreement that, okay, no, it's fine. We had identified some of this furniture that can be fixed. We fixed it, and the client said, we'll pay you a certain portion of the money for the project. The rest, it's something that we're going to lose as a company. And at that particular moment, when we did our books, we realized that we're going to lose 500,000 on that project. That's what we lost on that particular project that we had invested, and the money did not come back. So yeah, so it was a big learning curve for us. Then I went back to my team. I explained to them. I explained to the guys that were producing the furniture. I said to them, okay, the furniture that is left here, let's take it back to the school. We took it to the schools. It was delivered. We signed the delivery form. The principals were happy with the furniture that was remaining and the one that we also fixed. Then what we did was that, okay, we accepted. I spoke to the guys that were working because we didn't even have enough money to pay them their salaries. So I just made arrangement with them that please give me a period of 3 months. I'm working on a turnaround strategy. You will get the money back. So the guys agreed. So the company continued to operate and exploring different avenues to pipeline work that can assist us to raise capital to pay all the debts that we had, all the people that had borrowed us money, and the suppliers that had given us some of the material. So then we did that. We strengthened our corporate arm by diversifying to other sectors, and we continued like that, and we started picking up. So yeah, I had to sit and think of ways to recover from the loss that the company had experienced. Of course, this was both financial and emotional loss. I mean, losing approximately 500,000 on a project that you had assumed it was going to be a success, but it didn't go the way you had anticipated. So I had to do a deep retrospection and think of a turnaround strategy for the company. And we also realized that this had somehow affected the growth trajectory of the company. So then I had to sit down, reevaluate everything, and systematically I also had to have lessons that I've picked up throughout this journey and the predicaments that I came across. The first lesson that I picked up out of this is not to ever in my company, in how I conduct my business, to compromise the quality of the service that I receive from external services on the basis of trying to save money. I realized that it is actually costly to get things cheap. And I said to myself, that will not happen again. I mean, if you compromise things like, if I really did not compromise on the insurance of the logistics company, I was not going to go through these things. Perhaps, yes, there were other challenges that I could have tried to address with the client in terms of the time frame after the furniture had been damaged. But yeah, so I learned that one must never compromise in terms of the price that you receive from external service providers on the basis of trying to save money. I've realized that it's also very crucial, very imperative for one to always surround themselves with people that have got adequate knowledge or experience in that particular industry that you are currently operating in. Mentorship is very important, particularly for the people that are operating within that same structure that you are running your business. So that's something that I believe I lacked by deciding to tell the gentleman that we were supposed to form partnership to walk away. I mean, if I had worked with him and continued on the project, and perhaps just say, look, take your 80% or maybe negotiate better, that he takes his share, then I keep my share as well. But what's important is that partnership is very crucial. It's a cornerstone to a successful business. Partnership with people that are well experienced, and also to reward them more, those that have got more experience than you, until you acquire that adequate experience as well. So yeah, so those are basically the lessons that I've picked up throughout the business journey. And the good part is that within a period of 5 months, less than 5 months, the turnaround strategy that the company had employed, it worked very well. We recouped all our monies back through other avenues that we're exploring, and we got our money back. We paid all our debts, and everything since then has been a success.